Hey people, Chris Angel coming at you. So, one of the biggest challenges in marketing is, and I hear this all the time, is what do I say? What do I say? If it's a show, what do I say? If it's a video, what do I say? If it's a blog post, what do I say? Everybody's, everybody. I mean, for the most part, most people are like, what do I say? And I had this today. I have some landing pages I need to write, and I have some articles I need to write. And I just kind of was left with like, what do I say? And now here's the tricky part. In the middle of this conversation of what do I say, I found myself just shutting down, right? That's the tricky part. Like when we, and let me say this too, like, I don't know what to say is a story. That's not true. That's just how it feels in the moment when I'm overwhelmed by the details. When I'm like, dude, I don't know what to say right now. And nothing's coming, and then I feel the pressure of the moment of I need to write something because I need this to be completed. I want this off my plate, out of my head. Then the urgency just gets ramped up, and I feel even more frustrated by the lack of words that are coming, right? So as I sat back and started to think about this story called I Don't Know What to Say, what I realized is the truth is, here's the truth, I'm actually good. I'm a good communicator. I'm actually a good communicator. I actually like to write. I just like to write when I know what to say. And what's helpful for me is context. Context often makes it easy for me to say something. So in other words, if I know what you're wanting to hear from me, if I know what question you have for me, I'm never short on what to say. Right? I'm never at a loss for words if you and I are in a conversation. If you're like, hey, Chris, why should we, like I'm thinking about having somebody come speak at our event, right? Which is I need to create a speaker page on my website for speaking gigs, right? And you say, Chris, like we're thinking about speakers, like why would you be a good speaker? And we're having a conversation. I don't have a problem with that. I can tell you what I love to speak about and why I'm a good fit for that. So taking that context and then applying it to my writing, because that's really where I'm getting stuck here is writing, makes everything easier. So here's the takeaway, right? The takeaway for you, maybe, in my life lesson here is if you've ever said in marketing, I don't know what to say, I would challenge your story like I've challenged my story today and say you probably do know what to say, but you need to put it in the right context. And once it's in the right context, right, maybe the context of a conversation, maybe the context of a friend, maybe you need to have a friend interview you, talk to you, so that you can say it to them and then start to get a sense of what actually comes out of your mouth and feels right, feels true. Maybe you need to record that and then transcribe it. But most of us do know what to say. I don't know what to say is a story, and it's not a true story. So we just need to find a better context for how to get out what it is we want to say in an article, in a landing page, in an ad, in a whatever, okay? So I have one more piece that popped up for me, and I'll share that really quick. The other place where this can get challenging is if you start to try to say something as you're designing. So as I was creating the page, the web page, the landing page for speaking, for the speaking gig, for example, I've got these sections. I've got this hero image up top, and then I've got like this little feature image here, and then a feature image here, and I'm looking at all these pieces of a web page, and I'm looking at it as pieces of a web page, not an actual conversation. And that actually impacts, right, or shuts down how I'm thinking about the communication. So if you've ever had that where you're staring at a Facebook ad and you're like, I don't know what to say in this Facebook ad, or you're trying to create a landing page and you're just seeing all the design elements and it's distracting you from the conversation you want to have, then go get the writing, go get it out, go get the communication out on a piece of paper, in a conversation, record it, whatever, without consideration for the design elements. Once it's captured, then you can actually take the pieces of it and go, I'm going to put this chunk here, this chunk here, this chunk here, this chunk here. So you can actually put it into the landing page, right, from from the conversation that you captured. Got it? So just a couple reflections for you on your own marketing and what to say if you ever get stuck, right? Most of us aren't short for what to say. We just need to get it out. Once it's out, then we can reformat it into what it is we're trying to do with it. Thanks, gang. I'll catch you next time.